Hey guys, let's start off with taking this engine mount off with these 5 bolts. These are 16mm. Set the 2 aside with the bigger washers. That goes into the body of the car, or the 3 into the engine. So just bear that in mind, let's put that aside. Doing your bugger. Cool, that's out. So we'll move on to the battery. Disconnect that. You can do just the terminals. In my case, I need to recharge my battery because it's been stood for 7 months. Right, next is starter motor. Let's pull the starter motor out. It's 2 13mm bolts, one on the gearbox side and one on the engine side. First one is coming off now. A little bit tight, but nothing too bad. These bolts are like super long as well. If you've got an air ratchet, use it right now. Trust me, save yourself some time. Right, second bolt, just over there. Can't just get it with a normal 13mm, so let's put an extension on that. It'd be so much easier. Cool. So now we can wiggle out the starter motor, sits on a little dowel. There we go. So you've got a 10mm copper head. I'll take that one off first. I'm gonna undo mine by hand because I never did mine back up. Probably why I had starting issues. That little bugger right up there. Next is the spade connector. Pop that one off, just like that. And that's the starter motor out. Next we're going to undo the alternator. So this is the tensioner. So undo that little 10mm right over there. This will actually allow it to move and tension the belt. What I didn't realise at this point was underneath there is another 10mm, which actually holds the alternator in. If you undo that, it's going to be so much easier, and then you don't have to bang it like I did with an extension bar and hammer. But hey, we're learning. Trust me, this went on for about 20 minutes until I realised exactly where I went wrong. So, once the belt's off, we're going to inspect it. Just give it a couple more bashes. Cool, belt's off. You didn't see that, trickery. So, now we're going to inspect the belt. This belt's got loads of cracks in. didn't even realize where the camera was, but it is time to replace it. It's cracked, it's perished, it's like a really old flip-flop really. Chuck that in the bin. Let's go underneath, let's lower the engine down a little bit. Let's get some light on the subject. There's this stupid little plastic bit. Let's move that out the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove that pulley. So 18mm on a gun. Let's buzz that one off. Right over there's a 7mm bolt that holds the bottom timing cover in. Let's crack that one off. A little bit tight for some reason. So we start off taking that bolt out, but leave the cover in as they all connect together. Oh, drop that one. There we go. So moving back up to the top, you got the top half of the cover. There's actually 3 parts. This one's a little bit annoying. It's got a little 10mm right in there, just below that as well, and 2 at the back. Back ones for some reason were really tight. Really awkward to get to, but I think this is just down to the way the engine was at the time. This is where Magna comes in handy. Telescopic ones are also amazing. So that quick little feel around back for a bolt. Found it, let's get on that 10mm. Unfortunately I am using a tiny ratchet. A little bit painful on the fingers, but it does give me a good feel for how tight everything should be. So with the bolts, there's no difference in size. So all 4 for the top, absolutely fine to use anywhere when putting it back together. just in front of the top cover is the coolant pipe that goes straight into the water pump. Undo that little sucker, pop him off, because that is actually connected to that mount. Use a bucket, shove it underneath on top of the jack, because this is going to get messy. So much coolant comes out the engine. In my case, this did not happen at all. We have got a future episode coming up where we are going to do the head gasket, and this explains why I have absolutely no coolant. Give it a little wiggle, should pop out, loads of coolant should fall out and go all over your floor. Everywhere but that bucket. That hasn't happened. What a blessing, I think. Just lift the engine up a little bit, just to make some room to get this top cover out. That coolant pipe does come around the back. Just hold the pipe out the way and you will be able to pull it back up. Let's move this sucker out the way. That should do for now. So that's where the pipe goes. Really annoying. Shove that back in there, done. Right, last little bit. Let's get that center cover out. At this point you can pull that bottom cover out. Slides down and out. There we go. So back to the 7mm socket, and let's get this center cover out. Only 2 bolts holding it side by side, can't really miss it. The back one is in a little bit further, but very easy to get to. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this video. This is my first video. Never really been too keen on doing the whole YouTube thing, but I mean, I work in the trade and I find it very frustrating that there's not enough how-to videos, how you can do everything at home. So let me know what you think. There will be future episodes probably on this Clio until it gets sold. So anything I can improve on, please do let me know in the comments. Smash the thumbs up button and please do subscribe. It does mean a lot to me. This is all new to me, so just trying to get the word out. Anyone can do anything they put their mind to, especially at home. Don't need to be in a garage. Right, so this one's out. that's that little back bolt I was telling you about. So, timing belt's now exposed. What we've got to do is get our drill or lollipop. Lollipop's more for the VW scene. Bloody hell. Dropped that bolt, didn't I? Okay, so like I was saying, put the bolt back into the crankshaft, then put the pulley back on, because we will need the keyway marking. I'll explain what that is a little bit later on. There we go. Right, so see that little hole right there? We're going to get our lollipop or our 6mm drill. We're going to shove that through right there. That is, of course, if that crankshaft keyway is in line with the bottom and the cam belt or the camshaft on the top is lined up between the two markings. Once that's done, we know that we are top dead center. We're ready to pull that belt off. Right, let's start off with the 15mm on the tensioner for the cam belt. Just undo that. We're going to take the tensioner out completely because obviously we're going to replace this. It's part of the kit. Come on. And you'll probably notice that I am missing the washer. Yes, I did drop that. I did find that in the end. Very annoying. Make sure you got your washer, guys. Put that out of shot so I don't have to look at it anymore. Right, give the belt a little wiggle. And we are going to pull this off the cam on the top. If yours is stuck, then do use a pry bar. It'll be alright, just don't damage the teeth. We're just going to slide that sucker off right there. So, see the line on the belt? Well, that needs to be on the marking for the top cam. We'll see this in a sec, but now it's a time to check your belt. Check, make sure it's got any cracking. There we go. So the belt is lined up with the marking in between the two V's with the tensioner. I don't have the tool for this, so what I did was use your hand, squeeze it really tight against that water pump once it's been replaced, and do up the 15mm. Shouldn't be too much slack in there. Nice and tight. And trust me, I've been driving the car now for 2 weeks. It's absolutely fine. So we're going to whip that back out. So we're going to pull this lollipop out, or the drill bit. We're actually going to rotate the engine 4 times. What I mean by this is that bottom camshaft. We're actually going to make sure that keyway goes around 4 times. But you get it from flywheel's perspective with the hole that we've just pulled the lollipop out. So we had our first rotation there. Keep going. The engine will start to get compression, so it will be a little bit stiff and it might ping back a little bit, but don't worry too much about it. There we go, second rotation, here we come. And obviously I got distracted right now. I'm pretty sure that at this point I was told that my niece was born, so I was trying to read a message and trying to do my video. Do apologize for that, guys, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. So here we go. Responded to that message. third rotation is done. So there you can see the compression has started building up and has pinged me back a little bit. Work through that one, get over that rotation. And once we get to the fourth rotation, we're going to put the lollipop back in. If not the lollipop, our drill bit. And we will check all our timing marks because we know that everything is timed up properly. So once it's done, everything lines up. Your timing is all complete. Let's rebuild everything back together. I know you guys can do it. So, undo the bottom crankshaft 18mm bolt. Put your cover back on. So let's start off with the middle one. Don't do it up too tight. You want to have quite a bit of play in it so you can slide the lower cover on. Put your 7mm in. Tighten that up. Let's get the top one done. Once the top's all done, it is just a case of working your way back, filling everything up with coolant, run the car,